In this video I'm showing you how I take an impression with silicone material using a standard stock tray. It's not that straightforward, but it's not something that I'd normally do. Normally we take alginates and send them to the lab to have a couple of special trays made. But in this situation the special trays didn't get made, and this is how I took the secondary impressions using silicone but without special trays. And there's another video that I've done which shows you how I overcome the bite registration situation as well, because I didn't have a bite block. First of all, I mixed up a large part of silicone impression material, which is the virtual. I just placed it around the border of the tray, placed it in the mouth, got the rough shape of the mouth, waited until it fully set, because this is a full upper impression, and then I removed it from the mouth and I used bite registration material by Imprep AC. The reason I use this is because it sets really quickly, and it's literally just to fill the holes in the remainder of the tray that didn't get covered by the putty. So I'll pop it back in the mouth, give it a few seconds, wait until it's set, and then I use the light body to fill up the rest of the tray. I always purge the first bit of material as well, so you don't want to put a new tip on and squirt it straight into your tray, because that first bit doesn't always mix properly and then you'll get a distorted impression. So the first bit is just squeezed out onto the paper, then we fill the tray, and we're filling the tray with enough material that it doesn't all ooze out of the back. And as you can see here, I wouldn't say that I overloaded this tray. A little bit has come out of the back of the tray, but not much. So I just use a scalpel and I just cut this off. On the lower, it's done exactly the same. As you can see, I'm just border moulding with the putty, pop it in the mouth. I remove it when it's still soft, so it's not completely set. And this is just so that I can adapt it a little bit around the teeth. I wouldn't normally do this with a special tray, but I'm doing it with the stock tray because it's more difficult to adjust it around those teeth. I want to make it nice and easy for me to be able to get it in and out as I'm doing these impressions. It's silicone impression material which is addition cured, which means it will always bond to itself. So you can use different types. The putty's addition cured, and the bite reg material that I'm using is also addition cured, so the two will bond together perfectly. And now you can see with the scalpel what I'm doing is I'm removing the sections that has taken an impression of the teeth. All I want is the border moulding of the soft tissues, but I also want the holes filled in of the stock tray. And because the holes are there, it's making this very difficult. You imagine this was a special tray, it'd be really easy to take these little sections out. And I'll show you in another video how I do the impressions with a special tray. And here you see I'm just filling up those holes that were left in the special tray with the bite reg material, which obviously sets very quick, and it's just there to stop this soft light body from leaking out as I'm taking the impression. I can fill it up quite a lot because you don't really have to worry too much with this one coming out and going down the back of the throat. It tends to just come out and go under the tongue. I used the spatula end of a wax knife just to spread it out. I've put it in. Wasn't a great impression, so I had to retake. If you're going to retake the impression, you don't have to do the whole thing again, but what you do need to do is remove any of the contacts with the hard tissue, just keeping all the soft tissue impression in place. Cut it out with a scalpel, which again with a special tray you can do this really easily. You just cut through the silicone material, go all the way around, use some tweezers, and then just remove that section of the teeth. But because this special tray has got holes in it, I can't remove it easily, which is why I'm using this NSK handpiece. A very good piece of equipment to have if you're making dentures. You really need one of these in the clinic, because this is what you'll use to adjust dentures. This is what you'll use to adjust impressions, and all the other bits and pieces that you need for dentures. Adjusting the special trays, relieving pressure points and things like that. You can just trim silicone material quite easily with a standard burr and get a really nice smooth finish. I try it in the mouth afterwards to make sure it comes in and out easily. It didn't. There was a few undercuts there that were slowing it down, and so I just took a scalpel and trimmed off those excess areas. Tried it in the mouth again. It came in and out nicely. What you don't want is to put all the impression material in, then go to put it back in and realise that there's something stopping it. And now I'm using the light body fast set material. Again, I'm not shy with it, and there we go, that's the finished article. There's a few little loose bits from between the teeth that where it just got caught. The good thing about this material is it just clips out easily. It sort of stretches and tears in that area. You can't leave it there because it will be a distortion in the model when it's cast, and so that the lab don't mess it up. It's better if you do it yourself. Just make sure that those little bits are removed. Just snip it with some scissors and tweak it out with some tweezers. Hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the next video, which is about me making a bite block for this patient while they're sat in the chair.